All right, so today's video, we're gonna focus on foam rolling the inner thigh and the hamstring. Now, there's a very, very, very unique spot inside of your inner thighs and hamstrings where I would say, for all you people out there suffering from like debilitating back pain, hip pain, stuff that's probably 90% of you guys, I would say safely, one of the main, maybe not the main spot, but one of the top that's probably causing a lot of that inflammation and pain and that tightness is coming from your inner thigh muscles. I'm not gonna tell you the real names of the muscles because most of you guys aren't gonna get it anyway. It's not that important, nobody cares. Just know that this is the area right inside of here, right by the no touch zone where your tension's coming from. And it's a very simple yet horribly painful exercise that is phenomenal for getting this done, right? So what we're gonna do is we're gonna use a foam roller. Now, I'm gonna tell you right now, if you have those soft white foam rollers, here's what I want you to do. I want you to lock the door. I want you to take the foam roller, I want you to go to the trash bin and throw it the fuck out, all right? Because they are completely useless. If you're gonna be doing foam rolling, you're gonna want something a little firmer. The minimum standard you should be using is black foam. Black firm foam is the lightest you wanna go because you need to get a little pressure put in there to really start, you know, relieving a lot of the tension. Yeah, it doesn't feel good. Well, sorry, it's not supposed to feel good. Like, it's basically giving yourself a massage to bring up some of the scar tissue. This one is made of PVC pipe. You don't have to go online into the fitness stores. They're gonna overcharge you. Go to Home Depot, go to the plumbing section, get like a 6-inch or a 12-inch piece of pipe, wrap it in some freaking athletic tape. That's all you need. 12 bucks and you're fine, right? And then if you lose it or break it or somebody steals it from you, you're not spending 100 bucks like some of these fitness companies are gonna charge you. It's ridiculous. But what I'm gonna do, right, I'm gonna lay down on the ground, I'm gonna straddle it like it's a first date, right? Some of you guys get that joke later. And all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna roll up and down slowly, all right? You don't wanna catch the wrong thing. And I'm gonna find that tender spot right along my inner thigh. Now you can turn the quad a little bit, right? And you'll, depending where you're tight, you'll feel different spots, right? But what I'm gonna do, actually it's not bad for me today, go figure, right? The one time I actually do this is not bad. I'm gonna find my spot, and my spot's usually right there in the tendon of my hip, but it could be in the belly of the muscle, whatever it is. And all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna keep that pressure in there and I'm gonna hold it for like 60 to 90 seconds, right? Now, what else can you use besides this? Well, if you happen to have one, a bowling ball works fucking great for this because it brings you up a little higher off the ground. It's easier to manipulate into that spot. Or if you had a big kettlebell, you can lay the kettlebell down and you won't be able to roll as much, but you'll be able to get into that spot and put pressure into it. And all you're doing is you're just putting pressure. Another spot that's really tight is inside by the knee, right? I'm gonna manipulate myself into that one. And that one usually, right there is a spot where a lot of people's tension, especially if sitting down for long periods of time, this is where a lot of our tension comes from. And if you notice, I'm kind of just rolling it out a little bit at a time. I started by putting pressure in it, and now I'm just following the pain, right? If it's tight, I need it. If it's not tight, I probably don't need it. Now, is this gonna be the end all and be all to fix your problem? No, it's not. This isn't gonna solve shit. But what it's gonna do is gonna give you that temporary relief for the tension that's there, because if you can relieve the tension and relieve the inflammation, 9 out of 10 times you can relieve the pain, all right? So that's the inner thigh part. Now, let's go to the second part, right? For those of you guys, I'm gonna tell you right now, don't do it on something this thin and this narrow. You're gonna fall right off. You would wanna use something, so you turn your right, you'd wanna probably, I'll turn right here. You'd probably wanna use something like one of your plyo boxes, right? Something that's a lot more stable where I'd have the plyo box to the ground, I have a wider surface area, or some kind of like low table, something you can actually sit on and not have to worry about hurting, killing, or injuring yourself, right? However, because death is the only real adventure any of us have left anyway, name that movie, right? I'm gonna be on the bench. What I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna go right here, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna roll back and forth, go mid-thigh, and look how I'm turning my foot. This is how I'm rolling, right? I'm gonna find the spot, yeah buddy, right there, ooh, your mother. And I'm just gonna hold that, right? Really, I'm having a good time. And you're gonna feel right where the like inner thigh, hamstring meet, you're gonna find the spot right inside, like I'm gonna say mid-femur, from your knee to your hip, that's your femur bone. That's the one bone that you really don't wanna break, right? There's a lot of bones you wanna break, but that one's kind of a dick if you do. I'm just gonna sit there, right about mid-femur height, you're gonna feel a lot of stuff and a lot of things, right? I'm just gonna hang out there. A lot of you guys who do a lot of legs, like mace squats, deadlifts, lunges, leg presses, step ups, all that shit, and you find yourself in a situation where you're sitting down a lot more, you're gonna notice this area is like super tight, because when we go to stabilize the weight, we brace with our inner thighs, naturally it happens, right? And this gets really tight. A lot of your back pain is gonna come from here. I'm just kind of slowly manipulating my foot around. Look at my toe, you see I'm kind of turning my foot to rotate my leg at my hip socket. I'm just getting different spots. And I'm just gonna stay there for, like, you know, me, I'm holding it for 2 to 3 minutes. Go a little higher, go a little lower. Get all those spots right there. Oh, your mother. Right there. I'm very back chain dominant, meaning I use the back of my legs for everything. So right here, the back of my inner hamstring, it's the friggin' worst. I need a donut. And that's enough of that, right? It's only a visual example anyway. So, all we did, we used an elevated position. Why were we elevated? Because if you try to do this one on the floor, you're not gonna be able to lift yourself up high enough and put the right body weight in. You're just not gonna be able to control the tension enough. Where elevating yourself off the ground a little bit, you'll be able to control the tension and gravity better, and it'll be it's gonna be friggin' more painful, but it's gonna be easier to control, it's gonna be easier to manipulate the tension. You're gonna get more out of the exercise, right? And all we did is we used a firm foam roller, all right? That's all we did. I could not do that. So that's the 5-year-old inside of me. So we used a firm foam roller, we used a piece of PVC pipe. Like I said, the only thing I don't want you using is I don't want you using those garbage ass white foam rollers. They just look dirty, and you know, good, whoever made those, good motivation, bad judgment, all right? I like PVC pipes, the way to go. If you need something a little lighter, you can go on to Amazon and get like a cheap black firm foam foam roller for about like $9 or $10, all right? Now, some people out there, some of the gurus are gonna be like, oh my God, you know, Jay, foam rolling doesn't really do anything. Fuck you, all right? Like, there's been mornings where I couldn't walk, and jumping at a foam roller really helped relieve that tension for the time that I needed it for, all right? Is it gonna be the end-all and be-all answer? No, it's not. There's still a lot of other things you have to do. However, for the right now, it's a great tool to help relieve some tension and take those first couple steps to moving in the right direction, to getting past whatever tension or whatever you have there. What you should really do is go to a physical therapist so you can get a better professional opinion.